Thanks, Lauren. And I have a special guest here from Buffalo Hearing and Speech Center. I have Joe Kozo joining us to tell us about a pretty fancy event that you have coming up.
Fancy and fun. It's this coming Saturday, March 3rd, up at the Niagara Casino. And it's to benefit Buffalo Hearing and Speech Center. So it's a creative black tie celebrating the 60s.
It's groove on back to the 60s.
Mm-hmm. The whole event is patterned around all of the dynamics and change of the 60s. So it really is, it's an era that went from madman chic to wild child flower power. So we're asking people to come and celebrate with us and benefit a great cause.
And what can people expect at the event?
Well, they can expect a lot of fun from the moment you walk in and the way you're greeted all the way to the end of the night. We have great food planned. We have wonderful music. We have we have a couple of retro bars, one that's going to be madman chic, and you can go in there and lounge and listen to Sinatra and the guys that were early 60s, and then you can walk across the hall to a psychedelic shack where it's going to be Beatles and you know, different kind of music and everything in between. So they can expect a lot of fun. We have great auction items, as most of these wonderful galas do. We have some great things. We have a signed Rolling Stones original signature guitar. We have trips planned. We have 2 seats from the old Yankee Stadium that will be personalized by Derek Jeter for you.
Oh, Derek Jeter.
Okay, I thought you might like that one.
I kind of lit up with that one, didn't
I?
I?
You can give me a proxy bid. I'll get it for you.
Okay, I will do that. I will write that down.
So we have a lot. We have trips. We have back-to-back games in New York for the Mets and the Yankees. We have golf packages. We have 50 silent auction items, basket raffles. And it's all to benefit, again, Buffalo Hearing and Speech Center, so that while people are having a great time, they're going to be really supporting a great cause.
Buffalo is so amazing for donating so many items. There's so many great charities here in Buffalo, and just everybody comes together. It sounds like you have a lot of really great auction items.
We have a great network of supporters. Our co-chairs have worked very hard on this. We have a committee that works long and hard on this. We have parents who've used our services that contribute, and I think the general community, as you said, is just such a giving community here in Buffalo. So we really welcome their support and thank them and appreciate all very much.
Tell us a little bit about the programs that you provide at Buffalo Hearing and Speech Center.
I like to say it's like a hidden jewel, because a lot of people who live here really don't know what Buffalo Hearing and Speech Center does. We started out as a small clinic for speech and audiology almost 60 years ago, and in the past 10 years we've just expanded programs. And some of the things I'm most proud of right now, we offer a special program that we call our Oral Deaf School, and it teaches deaf children to speak. So if you were a parent with a deaf child, you'd have an option, not American Sign Language, but we teach them oral language. So our little guys come to us at 18 months. They leave us at age 5 speaking perfectly. So they go to mainstream kindergarten. It's like a miracle every time I walk down there. I cry, I tear up watching these kids. I can't stand it.
I would be crying every time too.
Yeah, it's a miracle. And then we developed a literacy program. About 7 years ago, we were seeing a lot of children in our clinics who were going to school but couldn't read. And the national data is terrible. By the 4th grade, if you haven't learned to read, there's an 80% chance you'll never read. So as an adult, it's your social life, your academic life, your vocational life, everything's affected by that. So we developed a curriculum that we tested for a couple of years, very successful. We've been running it ever since. We see 400 children a year, so I call it a literacy intervention. We take kids that can't read, teach them to read. So successful, we now run it in New Orleans and Seattle. We have programs, literacy programs, and I'm just back from Chicago, where we're looking to start a program there. So it's a great national program for us. And then the last thing that we've developed over the past couple of years is an autism program. And again, when I watch parents who get the news that their child has autism, my heart breaks, because it's so hard for them. They don't know what to expect. They've heard stories that their child will never be normal, and we have a program that identifies autism early and treats it early. And the only thing that research has shown is that if you can get the kids early, you can really alleviate a lot of the symptoms. So our kids leave at kindergarten. Again, we try to move them back into their community schools. Our parents are just enthralled with it, because they see that their child does have potential.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. We will be listing all the information about the event on our website and how you can get tickets. Thanks for coming in, Joe. And we are going to toss it over to Joe with our desk check.